Good afternoon, morning, evening, afternoon. I said afternoon, evening, I said that as well, morning. Can I stop this intro now and just get on with it? How the devil are you? I'm Rob Wheatley, this is Robbo Lands Vids. Thank you for stopping by and watching and listening and whatever, sniffing, maybe smelling it. I don't know what you're doing, but you know, welcome anyway. This guitar is just nice to sit here with a guitar instead of you having to look at my shirt. And there's nothing written on it, nothing funny today, just the odd, you know, nipple shot, so that's a free bonus. Before I start the video, you know, we normally like to keep things very light-hearted and very fun and things like that, but I wanted to make a video yesterday, but with the Manchester bombing thing that went off, it was as much as a tragedy, it's also the way the media over here are absolutely milking it for every last piece of fucking drama. Excuse my French. You know, media should be there to report the facts, not to use emotive language and just yes. So well done to the British media for doing whoever these bunch of psychopathic goat botherers are that did this one, doing their job for them. I'm sure there'll be a check from their PR department coming your way very soon, so nice work. Obviously, you know, not much more you can say really, and there we go, a tragedy. Right, and with that we shall get on to normal Robbo Lands vids. So again, welcome, thanks for tuning in. As I say, we normally keep it pretty, you know, light-hearted, don't take ourselves too seriously here, as can be seen by the guitar I've got today. But before we do the guitar, thank you to everyone who watched the last video where I picked up the old Ovation, this one, my old orange trusty 1980s I think standard balladeer. It's not left-handed, I just got it up the wrong way, that's what she said. And this has seen better days, as those of you who frequent this channel will know. It's got problems, it's cracked along here, the top's lifted off, there's a brace that's come loose, and basically without spending a whole bucket load of money on this, you know, I saw Randy's latest videos on the Ovation thing, the house that never sleeps, and it looked like an absolute job from hell. So what I've done with this, I've just tuned it really low, 4 frets below normal, just to take all the tension off, and I'm using it for what I can for the moment. That being said, oh, excuse me, I've just ordered yesterday, ordered my brand new Ovation, another standard balladeer, and it should be here with any luck tomorrow. So I'm pretty excited. So let's get the beer done as well. So those of you who saw the last video where I just picked that guitar up and played, I meant to do a talking Robbo waffle video like this one, and I just got carried away with it. It's just such a hell of a sound. You plug it in and that bass off that what's now a low C, just battle shatteringly good stuff. So and some of you mentioned that I didn't do the beer, so here's today's beer. It's Agnum's Exploiter, and I seem to remember my previous taste tests on this. Really, it doesn't really taste of anything, but sometimes it does. It's a bit sort of ooh, that's nice, a bit bubblegummy sometimes, and a bit sort of light sort of fruity thing. It is indeed 5%. 5%. I've still got it. I've still got it. Yeah, so I ordered this Ovation yesterday, and there's only a couple of places you can actually get them over here, and one of them isn't even over here, it's in Germany. It's our friend at Tolman, but because of the way that the pound sterling has been crashing against the euro and all other currencies since the B word that we dare not mention, that guitar's just been going up and up in price, because Tolman's price all their stuff in euros, and it's just been shooting up in price due to exchange rates, and it's been quite dramatic actually. The list price on it is, I can't remember, the list price is 730 quid, I think it is, 715 or 735 quid. I could have got it for £606 from Tolman some time back, but I didn't have the money quite at the time. I still had an electricity bill to pay for winter, and so I didn't get it. Then they put it back up to what seems to be the normal recommended retail price, which is 636. Then the last few weeks at Tolman's, because of the exchange rate, as I said, it ended up, it's over £650 now. It went up £4 in like the space of 2 days, which is, you know, $5 or $6, but when it's happening every few days, it's getting stupid. So I then found a company in England, in Brighton, called GAK, Guitar and Keyboards, I think that stands for, and they were selling it online for 636 quid, which I worked out yesterday, that was $824 US, in case you're thinking about, you know, what that is. And I ordered it, and today I got an email saying the only one we've got in stock is the one that we've had out in the shop, ex-demo, but it's only been there a couple of weeks and it's pretty natty. If you want it, we'll give you £50 off. So I wrote back and said, as long as it's not got major, you know, dents and kicks in it, then yeah. And as long as I can return it if it is, you know, screwed, then go for it. So I had an email today saying that's been sent off, that's on its way, should be here hopefully tomorrow. Brand new Ovation. Here I'm excited. I'm too excited to drink. Let's stop this, cut this yakking and have a bit of a slurp, shall we? So cheers. I don't know whether to do an unboxing video or not. I don't know whether they're, you know, I've never really seen the point. It's just sitting there with the box. And they've said it's not going to come in the original packing because it's an ex-demo model, so they're packing it up in other boxes. So I'll just tell you what it is, and you can just have a play. And it's actually, the model is that I'm getting is the Ovation 2771AX-CCB, which stands for Cherry Boist. Creedence Clearwater Revival again there. So it's going to go with the sofa and the shirt, you know, and other things in here. It's going to look very nice. Go with my eyes as well. Bloodshot eyes. Yeah, so that's what it is I'm getting. And say, hopefully, it will be here tomorrow. And obviously, I'll be doing a big review on it. I've been debating whether to do the review and actually bring out the mic and do it with decent sound, more decent than this. And then, you know, edit a video where I, you know, sync sound up and all that jollop. And I'm wondering if it's actually bloody worth it, because you guys don't seem to complain at all about the sound on here or the visuals. So hopefully the new lighting has made things a bit better as well. So let us know what you think anyway. But I will be doing obviously loads of reviews and plays, and I'll be using that guitar tons and tons. This Aria, this lovely Aria, will be going into the rack somewhere over there, I think. I've got a guitar to take out the rack and put in a hole over there. There's just one tiny gap about this big left in the flat, big enough for a guitar. So I've got that going there. The Aria's going back in the rack somewhere, I think. And the Ovation will be living here next to me, where it belongs. So, with all that, Adams Explorer. Tell you, that's a nice drop of beer. It's currently, bloody hell, over 20 degrees Celsius in here. Are we Celsius? I don't know. Yes, it says C on the bottom, so I assume that's Celsius. Could be anything. Could mean char-grilled chicken. It's 20 degrees, char-grilled chicken. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever, does it? We've had a few letters. We haven't had any letters really asking about Jeff. You haven't asked about Jeff. We had to let him go. I mean, he's still here. We just had to let him go. He was hanging over a wall by his ankles, and we were trying to get him to take the hat off some bald person so we could tap him on the head like Benny Hill style, and he'd just taken too long, so we let him go. I think he's got 2 broken arms and a bit of a cut on his head, but you know, for him that's fine. And he's out there. He's in his hole again, out there on the patio. Jeff is our intern here at Disgraceman's. He's part of some funding package we get from his incredibly rich parents. Jeff has not got a fucking clue, and his brother Joff also came to work for us last year, and as far as we know he's still in the cupboard. We sent him to get some things out of the cupboard. He's still in there. He seems very, very happy. We just chuck in a handful of pasta and a cupful of boiling water once every couple of weeks, and you know, once the screaming stops, he seems to settle down a bit. So you know, humanity, that's what's important. This is nice beer actually. I'm enjoying this. Oh, it's a bit golden, very, very golden. Look at that, very nice goldy colour, and it's really quite light. The bubblegummy finish. Here's another thing I did. I painted a picture. Now I'm going to really be pissed off about doing this. I'll show you what I've done at Disgracelands in the last couple of days. I've got the new. we go for a walk. I've got the new Welcome to Las Vegas thing there, and the Elvis mirror, and the poppies, and the Elvis thing there, and whatever else. We've also got over here, if I can see, this, which is a beautiful, big old silk screen thing that one of my friends, or my friend only got me from, or her parents came over to visit her from Indonesia and bought a bunch of these, and I ended up with that one, which is fantastic. I love it. And there you can see the silver Elvis. A lot of you know that Dave McCallum, the Invisible Pineapple, is our head of security here. When Dave does go on holiday, what have I done with this? Bloody hell! Silver Elvis takes over the security detail, and under there is Dave. No, that's not. That's Timothy Leary, the 20p tortoise. He's a bit of an acid victim, but it's like Blue Hawaii. And then, so to complement all that, and I've got my Matisse up here, which is not an original, unfortunately, because if it was an original, I wouldn't be standing here talking to people. I'd be flying around in my bloody helicopter, parachuting out in my Bugatti Veyron. Be awesome. So yeah, I painted this that yesterday, the day before, and I must admit, it works. It's not the best thing in the world. It's not meant to be. It's meant to be a nice bit of bright colours, and it fits quite nicely with the colouring in that and some of the other stuff in the Matisse. If you look, the Matisse collage thing where he's got guitars and bongoids and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's what I did, and I must say that was an old frame. Again, when I took boom, boom, boom. It was an old picture frame with a picture in it, and I took the picture out, turned it over, painted all over it because it was shite. It was a horrible picture, and did that, and it took me longer to then get that picture back in the bloody frame, take all the things out and then get it back in and fix it and line it up and all this sort of stuff, and then get the frame nailed into the wall, because the walls here are just solid like that. Maybe shit, maybe head go. I'll have to that's better, undone it now. And yes, so bang with a nail, nail's gone like that, bang, bang, bang with another nail, nail's gone like that, bang, 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 nail's gone like that, bang, bang. Finally, I managed to get the tip of the nail in the wall like that, just smack the rest until it was all bent over and just hung the picture on it. So I'm expecting to be woken up by a large crash at some point. And, that'll be that falling down. The Elvis thing, Prog Bloke was mentioning, well, a bit of an Elvis fan. What happened years ago, I was living in another place up the road there, Disgracelands 1, and the studio room there was tiny, this tiny little box room, and it had a little window in it, and to get more light in, I decided to go to a car boot sale, which is where people take all their shite that they don't want and try and sell it to people for a profit. I thought I'd get some mirrors, like this, mirrors, to add light in there, and I came back with that one, and someone said, oh, you like Elvis? And they bought me like this, turned up at my door one day, another Elvis mirror. I said, what's going, what really? I mean, and then obviously because this place, my studio is called Disgracelands, my mate Terry then turned up with this and said he's given me a sign. So that was my studio sign, Disgracelands. So I got that, and then sitting here, woke up one morning, outside on the table on the patio was the silver Elvis, and no one ever took responsibility for getting it for me. I'd seen it in the junk shop round the corner a few days before, and it then turned up here. And then I've also got, hang on, bloody God, this is ridiculous. Oh, sorry. You'll have to take my word for it. There's a bunch of Elvis mugs out there. Someone turned up with a box of Elvis mugs, and so that's. I'm not a massive colossal Elvis fan. I love the really, really early stuff. The really early, and I think there's a tune from one of his early sessions, a thing called One-Sided Love Affair. Go and check it out. Elvis Presley, One-Sided Love Affair, the best singing in the universe ever. Don't even try to argue, because you're wrong, alright? One-Sided Love Affair, Elvis Presley. Go and check it out for the best singing ever. It's freaking amazing, man. Anyway, it's nice to just sit here and ramble a bit. Hello and a shout out to new guitar channel, Dave's guitar channel. Go check it out. Yes, very interesting stuff, good videos. The guy really knows his stuff, man. He really does, and he's a funny guy, seems like a really decent bloke and full of good information, and I think it's going to be a real killer channel as well. So get in there while it's fresh. Dave's guitar channel, tell him Robbo sent you. Alright, but go check him out. I think it's some really good stuff. And if I haven't mentioned this before, there's also another really cool channel, a guy called Sean Daniel. If you don't know him, he's a young lad from America, plays mostly acoustic stuff, puts out video pretty much every day, always really entertaining stuff, lots of guitar tips, songwriting tips, just sitting around chilling and playing castanets and lobster impressions, talking, all that business. But Sean Daniel, fantastic channel as well, worth a look. Now, there's Dave, McCallum the Invisible Pineapple, guarding the beer. I'm not used to doing a waffle vid. What do you think of this one? How many marks out of 10? I think it's about 4 so far. I'm not overly impressed. I don't think I've been that funny. I could have tripped over when I came back from there. That wouldn't have been funny, but you know. So I've got a guitar to show you, and this is one which I did use a long time ago on a video, and we will see if any of you might recognise it. I'm not a fan of football, or as the Americans call it incorrectly, soccer. Why do you do that? Why do you do that? But this turned up a few years back, and I'm a fan of Aria, so I'm not going to do a full review. Here's a review of this, the Aria Goal Rush guitar. So look at that, first of all, it's a little football boot, and this is a tiny little travel guitar with a speaker built in. There's no battery in it at the moment. You pull it out and it engages the preamp, and it just overdrives like a mofo with a fro. And but it's got a stacked double single coily thing here. It's an Aria guitar. Really, it's designed to commemorate the 2010 South Africa World Cup, those bastions of you know, good business practice, FIFA. You know, but it's actually a pretty groovy little guitar. It's a hell of a nice pickup. Wraparound bridge. I've got this tuned 2 frets high at the moment, so it's tuned to an F sharp, like having a capo on your 2nd fret on a normal guitar. I need to sort the intonation out the back here, because if you have it in normal tuning, the strings are that much looser and it just goes out. So I've just noticed today it's got bloody things here for doing the intonation. I need to lower this as well, but you can't seem to do it while the strings are in, so I need to lower this a bit as well. Take the strings off, take it all down, because the action's a bit high at the moment as well. But there you go. I thought I'd just mess about with this just for a laugh, really, just because I haven't got it out for a while. That's what she said. Oh dear me. It's all the hits, all the YouTube hits. Fuck you, Glenn. Exactly. Nice little sound, you know. It's one of those ones you have to play with a strap, because it just doesn't really sit very well. That's why guitars aren't this bloody shape, because it's just a nightmare. Short little neck on it. If you were interested in this, there's a Aria Goal Rush guitar. Just type that into YouTube. My video will come up. One of the very few people that use one. Although I did see someone using one on YouTube, and I'll show you who that is actually, because someone must have found that video of mine, and he then subbed to me, and I went and checked him out and subbed back, and it's rather good stuff actually. He seems to do this electronic, sort of live electronic, sort of atmospheric sort of synths and sequencers, and he plays one of these live, and I'll see if I can find the guys, I don't want to get it wrong. my channel. It's primitive something. It's called primitive. I'll just find it. Sorry if that's you and you're watching this. My apologies for not having the name right at my disposal immediately. My brain doesn't work normally. Primitive in the Extreme. Primitive in the Extreme. So go check his channel out, because it's him. A lot of the stuff is him jamming or doing his live sort of sessions. Loads of electronics and spacey stuff. Very, very ambient-y sort of, you know, any of you like the Happy Orange Balloon stuff I've put on here and various stuff like that. It's worth it. And his live rig is a whole bunch of sequences and things like that, and he plays one of these, and it's really cool to see someone using one. So nice work to you, mate, over at Primitive in the Extreme. Right, in the meantime, this is just going through Amplion Pro, or just going through Amplion, it's going through Amplion Pro, and I can't remember this little setting, and John Schofield thing, isn't it? That's off Uber Jam. I think that's off the first track off Uber Jam, is it? Anyone know? Jay will know. Bloody hell, he drinks, sleeps and breathes that bloody album. What an album, what an album. John Schofield, Uber Jam. And John Schofield with the Uber Jam band, Up All Night. And John Schofield, Uber Jam Duh. Brilliant albums, go and check them out. So I'm going to put some delay on that, and then we're going to put a bit of compressor on that, and we'll see. You know, it doesn't weigh much. It's nice like a solid wood, but it doesn't really weigh a lot. I think that pickup is bloody awesome, considering it's, you know, set far back. It's not that twangy, and it's got what I would describe as a vintage tone, in that it's warm and it's not scratchy and it's not. It's just nice, but it's hard to play the actions quite. Overdrive. We'll see what this does. That tune, that's the one I'm playing, but again. That's really it. Yeah, it's not been maybe as exciting as entertaining. I haven't done one of these waffle vids for a while, so it's taken me a little bit while to get back in the flow of it, and I'm really, my bra's come off. I'm really excited. They're all hanging out now. Look, my nipples down there. No, wait, nipple is it down there? I'm 52 years old and I've got most of my own teeth, and quite a few, you know, metal ones from the Russian Mafia. So thanks, Vlad. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.